progesterone levels for IVF, they're measured at different points in the cycle, and some clinics don't even measure progesterone levels. And I think there's two arguments for it. First of all, progesterone, there shouldn't be any progesterone until after egg collection or until you start taking progesterone, because it should be suppressed. Then you can measure progesterone at various different times, either like the day after egg collection or the day of embryo transfer. And the problem with progesterone levels, certainly measuring them in a natural cycle, it's not helpful, because progesterone levels can actually vary up to, I think, between 8 and 10 times in a day, because progesterone doesn't just stay at a constant level. With progesterone supplementation, it should be a bit more of a constant level, and some clinics will check progesterone levels. And you would probably have seen some very recent research that's just been published in the last month or two, which suggests that a blood level of more than 10 nanograms per mil is more likely to go on to lead to a successful pregnancy than one less than that. But having said that, it's very difficult to check those levels and then decide to not do an embryo transfer. And certainly even having a low level doesn't necessarily mean that it's guaranteed that it's not going to work. So I'd be really cautious about taking progesterone levels, and certainly anything above 10, it doesn't matter if it's 20, 30, 40, the chances are going to be the same. So I think the main thing is don't get too hung up on like what the actual numbers are. Instead, take the medication as you're supposed to, and try and remember to take it on time, to use it in the best way. Often people use vaginal pessaries for progesterone. They're awful, they're very messy, and that doesn't mean you're not absorbing the progesterone, so you don't necessarily need to worry too much about that. But checking levels is not necessarily helpful. It can also add another element of kind of anxiety around a cycle as well, because at the end of the day, other than taking the medication, there's not a lot you can do about it.